Boom, my people. We are back again. Much love to everybody who tapping in with us, man. Please show love to us. Thank you guys for tapping in, man. Hey, if you get a chance, please hit that like button for us. That really helps us out. Please like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff that we always say. Um, really means a lot to have you here. Thank you more than you know. Please tap in with us. Please hit that like button and please subscribe to the channels. I have a special guest where me possibly have some more guys. We don't know yet, but we definitely got one special guest, man. Really proud of my broski, man, doing big things, growing in this media space, man, doing his thing. And we got more to come, buddy. More to come. Shout out to at B Sharp and Sharpshooters Podcast, my broski from another Moski, Brinsky Sharp. What's up, Brinsky?
Man, what's going on, man? You talking about me? We all growing together. It ain't
Facts,
just me.
bro.
We all growing together.
Yes, sir. Always, bro. Much love to you, man. Much love to all our ex clan, as we call them, all our Wu-Tang clan all around the world. Shout out to Coach Carl, who's in a far land, far away on a damn
mojitos.
Yeah, sipping on mojitos, man. Shout out to Coach Carl doing it big. He deserves every bit of it. Shout out to Coach Al. Shout out to Coach Jan 716, who's somewhere eating dinner with Josh Allen right now, verbally scolding Josh right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coach Al Sanders, who's somewhere drawing plays right now. You know what I'm saying? Much love to Ty Hayes, who's somewhere scolding some judge, right? Hitting gavels and going through a case law book that's that damn thick, right? So
shout out to right there at the bottom.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Coach Al. He probably somewhere right now in the lab, man, drawing it up, man. Shout out to my brother, Coach Al. Our brother, Coach Al. Love that man with all my heart for sure. Much love to all our ex-clan, man, doing big things. Proud of everybody. Shout out to Tez, somewhere getting his code name right, somewhere in outer space, flying somewhere, creating images and doing what he do. He now has a YouTube picture, so that's a big deal to me. Right? Shout out to Jason Walker doing his thing, man. Always wanting to put lashes to my asses about my Steelers and his Ravens, and he deserves it because we took L's. So ain't nothing Coach Sean can say. Much love to all those guys, man. Everybody out there, man. Let me see who we got in the chat, Brinsky, before we start here. Shout out to Sweet Home, Bama 24. Much love to you, Sweet Home. Much love to you, brother. Really glad to see you. Please hit the like button if you guys can, man. Much love to my broski Ty Hayes as usual. Shout out to Double L, Larry Large. What's up, Larry? Good to see you, my brother. For sure. Good to see you. Shout out to the sis for sure. Janet, anytime Janet is in here, it's a good night. Shout out to Janet. Love you to death, Janet. Good. Thank you for tapping in as always, man. Nov J Speed, the broski. What's up, Nov J? How you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you in here, man. I appreciate you. Shout out to the sister Anitra. Always happy to see you. I know if you in here, it's a good night as well, man. Much love to you, Anitra. So happy to see you for sure. Brock, what's up, bro? How you feeling, man? Good to see you, Brock. I love that picture too, Brock. That's what I'm talking about. That picture speaks for itself, man. Much love to my brother, everybody's brother, IOG, Coach Al, my broski. Love him, man. Thank you for tapping in, Coach. You always welcome right here on the panel. Look in the Twitter. It's up there. If it ain't, let me know, and I will send it. You got an open seat anytime, any day, any hour. You already know. Tough as nails. What's up with you, bro? Roll Tide to you, man. My brother B Sharp is in here, man. Kimberly is in here. What's up, Kimberly? Kimberly and Jason, my brother Jason, both stay double teaming me, putting lashes to Coach Sean's asses about my Steelers. Much love to Kimberly, man. Love seeing the sis.
The best thing about that, man, is always next year.
It's always next year. Facts, Brinsky. All facts. I agree with my brother 1,000,000,000%. My brother Tough as Nails, as I said, always good to see Tough as Nails in here, man. And brother Dwight, most talented brother in the history of talent. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, Dwight?
Yeah, what's up, Dwight? Good to see, and Dwight too. Dwight is with the Ravens clan too,
Oh
man.
boy, they just all over you.
Yeah, they be putting lashes. The coach on ass sore right now. Can't even holler sit down, boy. They be at me, bro, and rightfully so. Just thank God Ebony ain't here yet. Good night. Ebony is the leader of that
Oh,
last. Good night, bro. You know what I'm saying? Much love to Janet, as I said, man. Coach Al always. Thank all of you guys. Paul T. What's up, Paul T? Where my brother Paul T go? What's up, Paul? Good to see you, my boy. Good to see you, Paul. I appreciate you tapping in, man. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Kimberly, as always, and my broski from another Moski. My broski, Rob. That's my dog, man. Shout out to
Patrick Light.
Patriot Life. Always good to see my broski in here, man. We got the link up again, Rob, man. Mia been asking about Rob. She really took a liking to Rob over A-Day, man. Thank you for tapping in with my brother Rob. I appreciate you, brother, as always. So we're not gonna hold you long, but we wanted to get into a few little topics, man. Had a really, really, really good time on Brinsky's channel the other night, man, and wanted to tap in with you guys and talk about a few little things that I want to get you guys' opinion on. Really wanted to see how you felt about it, and I love talking to the people in chat and seeing how they feel about it, seeing what they think about it, and just the whole 9 yards, man. Um, First and foremost, we got my brother Bo Davis. You know, we all love Bo Davis. Half the fans in here wishing we still had Bo Davis on staff. Anytime Bo is free, everybody still wish we kind of get him back on the roster in some shape, form, or fashion. Even though I'm in the minority, Brinsky, of I like Freddie Roach. You know, I don't think he's as good a recruiter as Bo was, but I don't know if it's that or it's just the recruiting landscape has changed so much since Bo was last at Alabama. But I
Yeah.
think our defensive line at times, we had a couple of breakdowns, but down the stretch, they played well. Down the stretch, they
Mhm.
played well. I think Freddie is entrenched at Alabama. I like Freddie Roach, man. I give him all the love and respect. But everybody just remember Bo and the job he did at Texas, the job he did last year, LSU's front, the job he did while he was at Bama. So I got love for Bo. What do you think, Brinsky, about him leaving LSU to go right down the street and take the Saints job?
It speaks volumes for LSU. But like you
Yeah,
said, man, I think a lot of folks remember him at Alabama most because a lot of those guys that shine under him was like big time guys with like
yes,
Marcel Darius, you got Ashun, you got Jaden Reed, you got
facts.
Jonathan Allen. So you get all those guys and you see what they become in the NFL, which is Pro Bowl players.
Mm-hmm.
You can see why folks hold him in high regards. But him
Yeah,
leaving LSU is a big loss for them, a major loss for them. So
major loss for them, bro.
I
You
don't
what you think, Brinsky? You think they're gonna be better without him, or you think they gonna fall off a little bit up front, or what?
they already was bad on defense and like
Facts.
last year. So you coming into a whole nother year, losing a man like that. I know the Saints D line gonna shine, but
Yeah,
um, LSU definitely is gonna have a hard time replacing it, especially in recruiting, because I know how great he recruit
yeah.
out of all the names I just named and all the guys he developed over the years. So man, it's gonna be tough. It's definitely gonna be tough for him. But I'm glad.
Facts. Yeah, me and you both. Me and you, we have personal interest in. Yes, I know you over there watching it. I can already imagine. Shout out to Katrina. Katrina KB, what's up, sis? How you doing? So good to see you in here. Thank you,
Oh
Katrina,
yeah,
for tapping in, man.
no, you could train.
Really appreciate. Yes, really appreciate you tapping in with us. Thank you, man. Shout out to my man, Piano Man, who just texted me. Piano Man, go get that degree, man. Get that lesson. That's what my mom used to say. That's much more important, brother. I thank you for shooting me a text, Piano Man. Really miss my brother, and he doing big things. Everybody tap in with Piano Man too at the long run, man. Doing really, really big things over there, man. I'm really proud of him and really sticking to his guns. Much
Yep.
love to my broski for sure, for sure. Shout out
Mm-hmm.
to Katrina. Shout out to Henry Campbell. What's up, Henry?
And
Roll
ready,
Tide, brother. Good to see you, man. Good to
man.
see you, Henry. We was just giving Bo his flowers, man. We was giving Bo Davis his flowers, like Larry say. Larry say Bo should have left for the NFL when he got blackballed at Bama. Yeah, I think he got the bad end of a raw deal, if you know what I mean. It was a lot of nonsense going on at that point in time, and both sort of you know, both sort of got the bad end, if you will. And but Bo is a hell of a coach, man. I wanted to give his flowers. That man is a hell of a coach. I'm happy with Freddie Roach, but I do want to give Bo Davis his flowers, just like my brother Brinsky just did. Far as my individual purposes, really happy that he's gone. You know what I'm saying? As far as not at LSU. Um, and I think that's going to be addition to the Saints by subtraction for LSU.
Mm.
Shout out to JB. JB, what up, broski?
JB.
What's cracking, man? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, JB, for sure, man. Yeah, bro, get that paper, man. Get that paper, bro. We just in here, JB, just chopping it up, man. We're giving Bo Davis his flowers, about to hop into this coaching staff, man, because I really wanted to know what the chat think, man. We have a really smart chat. These people really know Bama football. They support the team, and I really want to get what they think, Brinsky, on this coaching staff, man. What they really feel about it after Jamarcus Shepard's ranch. What's up, Chris? Chris from New Jersey is in the house. Roll Tide to my broski, all the way out there in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Want to know what you guys think about this coaching staff. That's really the main topic and the main subject. We had a few other things, but I really wanted to know how you guys feel. What's up, Kanafi? Roll Tide to you, bro. Roll Tide. So, Brinsky, I need to know, man. I need to know how you feel. I need to know how you feel. Coach Shepard really went off on the wide receivers, and it was reported that he said, and I quote, "I'm tired of sugarcoating SHIT for people in this room anymore. It's a telltale sign. That's how it is. I'm sick of this SHIT. The ball goes in the air. We've got to want it. Everybody want to be cute and all that weak ASS haircuts y'all got. SHIT, all pristine in SHIT. I'm just going to say it, but I won't say the actual word. You know, he said, everybody want to be cute and all that weak ass haircuts y'all got. Smith, all pristine in Smith. Ain't nobody got no dog in them. Now, that is some powerful words. Let me say the last part again. He said, I'm sick of this. The ball go in the air. We've got to want it. Everybody want to be cute. All this weak ass haircuts y'all got in Smith. Smith all pristine in Smith. Ain't nobody got no dog in them. Brinsky, I ain't got to say no more. Thoughts.
Standing ovation. It needed to be said. It needed to be said, and it needed to be said it directly. And whoever took offense to it, the door is right there. And we see, I don't even have the actual numbers, but I think the wide receiver room lost more people than any other position on the football team. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's it. So after hearing that, that tells me a lot. So certain guys went out the door, which I question some of them. I can understand Kendrick Law going out the door. I respect Kendrick, and I understand he wants the ball more. I'm not calling him or Kobe Prentice that. I can understand their reason. But anybody below that, I'm questioning. I'm like, do you want it, man? You just can't run from adversity or whatnot. Get better.
Yeah.
It should have hit home. Like, I don't want to be one of those guys. Who is he talking about?
Facts.
If you really got that, them dogs want to be coached hard, man. Them dogs want to be coached hard.
Yes,
so
sir.
They would have just took that like, oh, he think I'm just like that. Oh, I'm going to show him. Every time I go out there, I'm going to show him. Just give me the opportunity. I'm going to show you.
Give me the opportunity.
Facts, but we know how feelings, everybody got these feelings or whatnot. Yes. Everybody want to cry about everything. Like, oh no, man, y'all getting paid now.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all getting paid now. What this is just baby steps right here in college. You want to make it to the next level, don't you? It's gonna be worse then. So
way
you better
worse.
So you better take this teaching here before you get up here. If you can't handle it here, you ain't gonna make it to the NFL, and you probably not gonna make it in college if you're gonna be in your feeling.
Man, that's a whole fact, Brinsky. I couldn't have said it no better, bro. I couldn't have said it no better. Hell, it's about time.
Yeah.
It's about time, man. Right?
Anybody
and
that, oh, my fault.
no, you good,
Yeah,
brother.
I was about to say, anybody, even with the fans, if anybody had a problem with that, the door's
Yeah,
right there. You can be an Auburn fan. It needed to be said.
it needed to be said, brother.
Like, come on, man. We like the standard is the standard. I say it all the time. If you want to live up to that standard, you have to go out there and work every day. Your freshman is not supposed to be your best player.
That's a fact. That's
He's
a
not
fact.
supposed to be. You supposed to be setting the standard for him, so he
Yes,
can set the standard for somebody else.
bro. Man, I could not have said it no better. I love it. Shout out to Uncle Jay, man. Shout out to my brother Jay Townsend, my OG Jay Townsend. Jay, it's so good to see you in the house, brother. What's up, gentlemen? Roll Tide to JJ. What you think about that, man? I don't know if you hit the quote that Coach Shepard got in the receivers. You know what? You know that he said to them, right? Shout out to LaQuasia, man. Shout out to Quay. It's so good to see LaQuasia in the chat. Beautiful family, LaQuasia. So good to see you. I know it's a good day if you in here. Quay, what you and think? Gelato, what you think? What you and Jay think? Charles Dow.
Auburn fan.
Yeah, man. What do you guys think? Again, Coach Shep. My question is about this coaching staff. Coach Shep entered the meeting and told the receivers, I'm tired of sugarcoating this Smith for people in this room anymore. It's a telltale sign. That's how it is. I'm sick of this Smith. The ball goes in the air, we've got to want it. Everybody want to be cute and all this weak ass haircuts y'all got. Smith all pristine and Smith. Ain't nobody got no dog in them. Right? Now, I'll say that Brinsky put it best. Right, Chris? Old school, man. Brinsky said it best. My thoughts is very damn near the same as Brinsky's. If this hurts your feelings to the point to where you don't want to play, or you in your feelings, or you just too soft to take this type of coaching, yeah, you might want to transfer to Nebraska or something, bro. I don't care who it is, man. I of the mindset believe that Jeremy Bernard is tough as nails. I think Jeremy Bernard will take this as a challenge. Mm-hmm. Jeremy, you can just tell from his interviews, you can tell how Jeremy Bernard plays. That boy, they ain't got no fear in him. He block, he'll catch the ball over the middle. Jeremy Bernard is probably going to take this as a challenge. He knows. You can tell the kids is from the hood, the kids that's not afraid of being coached hard. Yep. If these guys, and I know I hate to sound like the old man on the lawn. I respect your podcasts and fingernails and haircut. I get it, brother. It's a different day and different world. I get it. I'm not mad at these kids for that. But with a certain amount of responsibility, with a certain amount of credibility and cred comes a certain amount of responsibility and accountability. Mm-hmm. So if I know you for other things outside of football and you're not performing to the level that you can perform in football, that's when I have a problem.
Yep.
That's when I got a problem. I'm not mad at you for doing anything that you need to do to get your money, do what you got to do. I totally get it. But if I know you for all this other stuff and you ain't doing what you're supposed to do on the football field, then at that point I got an issue with it, man. So I applaud Coach Shepard for that, man. I applaud him, man. I really do. What you got? What you say, Bruce? I want to hear
what you say, man. If you feel good, they pay good. No, if you feel good, you play good. If you play good,
they pay good.
If they only pay you have all these opportunities because of your football skills. Yeah. Keep the main thing first.
Yes.
Once that is taken care of, guess what? Everything else gonna take care of itself.
Everything. You'll find out. Every player on that team will find out, Brinsky. If you ball out on the football field, your status will be more through the roof than anything else you're doing. Go ask Bryce Young. Go ask Will Anderson. These dudes are Bama legends, and it wasn't because of no outside stuff they done. It's because they got down, as we call it, on that football field. Shout out to Charles McDowell. Shout out to my brother Gelato. Gelato's with the $19.99 super chat, $20 super chat. Gelato says, appreciate the hard work and dedication. Thank you very much, Gelato. Much love, man. I can't do it by myself. My brother Brinsky, all the fellas from the Wu-Tang clan, the X-clans, we call them. They all help your boy out, man. Let me see what coach is this, Coach Al.
Yep. I already got him.
Did you send it to him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Got time. Okay, cool. Send that. I hope he got that. Just log on to that, Coach Al. If you see that text message that Brinsky just sent, please log on. Love to hear from Coach Al. Let's see what Uncle Jay said. Uncle Jay said that was something that we should have did last year. That's kind of the coaching I got and the way. Me too. Me too. Me too, Jay. And you know what, though, Brinsky? I'm starting to feel as if maybe last year they felt like, Gelato, thank you for that again, brother. I'm starting to feel like, Brinsky, maybe last year they feel like maybe our cachet ain't big enough to get at them like that right now. Maybe we just got to go with the flow the first year until we can get through the first year. Because following up Nick Saban, man, that's a hard thing for any coach. I don't care what coach you put in that seat. That is a damn hard thing to do, brother.
Yeah, you got to
And
ease your way.
you got to
Oh, my
ease
fault.
your way, right, Brinsky? So maybe they just went with the flow a little bit, and now maybe we'll see some lashes come across some people's asses, right?
You can tell how Coach Du Bois is carrying himself this year.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, like it's more of my team this year, especially when you're getting a lot of those guys that were Nick Saban recruits. Of course, Tyler Booker and all those guys would have fell in line, but they're going to the draft. We knew this already. But those other guys that went to the transfer portal, now you're just bringing more and more of his guys. Like, oh, I got more command on it. You just ain't want to lose the locker room just coming there like I'm Joe Clark.
Yeah, man. Right.
No, you can't come in there like that.
Facts.
But now you have more confidence in yourself. In this year, you got more clarity about yourself. There's a whole lot he has. I think he's gonna really be like, okay, all this stuff that you guys were doing last year, that late stuff. Like I understand when folks like why they being late to meetings already. I understand that. I totally understand that nobody should be late to no meetings, no practices, or nothing. But I don't think he was trying to push too much on it to just get guys to leave. This year, I know it's going to be an iron fist. You come late to a meeting, you should know better than me. A player-led locker room is better than anything.
Yes.
And I know those guys going to hold them accountable. Like, bro, why you late? Come on now. It's the little things.
Shout out to the brother J-Dub is here. J-Dub is here. Jason, we just speaking. We gave Bo Davis his flowers, right? He gonna be with the Saints. Right now, we're speaking on the quote. I don't know if you heard the quote that Jamarcus Shepard gave the receiving room. The question is this Bama staff? How good is this Alabama coaching staff? It's a new year, Jason. It's a new year, right? We understand last year is gone. We took it easy last year. We don't want nobody to leave. And just like Brinsky said, we don't want to be Joe Clark coming in our first year. If you ever seen Lean on Me, we don't want to be crazy Joe. Well, this is a new year. And I won't read it again if you've already heard. Did you hear the statement that Jamarcus Shepard gave to the receivers, Jason?
I heard it.
I
mean, you can see it. It's spot on. You can see it on the field.
What's your thoughts on that, Jason? Coach Al is here. What's your thoughts? Jason?
I think he was spot on.
Facts.
I think he was absolutely spot on. I mean, obviously there was some issues with like quarterback play and things like that, but it was the little things. I mean, if you look back at the Oklahoma game, the lack of willingness to block on the screen pass, just
facts.
That it showed, and it started to snowball as we got further and further into the year. It became more and more prevalent that it was just a lack of effort. So yeah, we wanted to slow roll things the first year, but
facts.
Somebody better be crazy this year. I'm crazy already.
Hey man, me and you both. After that season last year, brother, me and you both. My brother Coach Al is trying to log on. He will be here. Give him a chance. Coach Al will be in the house. Shout out to Jason from Hall of Fame. We should have sent it to Jason too, man. We should. If you got Jason's phone number, Brinsky.
Yeah, I'll send it to him.
Send it to Jason too, just in case he's free. He might be doing the show himself. I'm not sure. But I agree, man. Jason hit it right on the damn head. I agree as well. Shout out to Gelato first. $10 super chat. Want your thoughts on Milroe bucking the system and running the plays he wanted to run? Was that true or was it a rumor? I don't know, Gelato. I heard the same thing, but you know how it go. I don't have no insight. Well, I do, but I'm almost scared to ask that kind of stuff because I don't want to be that guy, right? I'm almost too proud to ask that, man. You know what I mean? Because I don't really know. I don't know, Gelato. I hear that from some podcasters, but I don't know how true that is. You know, I don't really know But I thank you though, Gelato, man. Thank you always for your $10 super chat as you always do. And roll tide to you. Jason, I think you and Brinsky right, man. Shout out to my brother Kangaroo Black, man.
But the
KB,
man, myth, the legend.
the legend. All right, Kangaroo. What you think about that, Kangaroo? I love to hear what Kangaroo thinks, man. Kangaroo, we know that was their first year, right? That was Coach DeBoer's first year. And just like Brinsky and Jason said, we understand Coach DeBoer didn't want to be old Joe Clark, right? You want to come in your first year after Saban left. I think everybody would have possibly said, who did this coach think he is, right? So he slowballed it like Jason said. But this is a new year, new day. Coach Saban has been removed for over a year. It's time. And Jamarcus Shepard let his receiving room know that. What you think about that, KD? KB says, I think Coach DeBoer would be a lot more comfortable this season, especially with Grubbs. Grubbs is a no-nonsense coach. 1,000,000% facts. KB is spot on, man. I agree with him 100%, KB. You know what I'm saying? Coach Al, what you want to? How you doing, brother?
What's
So
going
good
on?
to see you. Good to see you
Doing
and Jason,
great, man.
Coach, what
Yeah.
do you think of? I don't know if you heard Jamarcus's comments. Jason just gave us a spot on synopsis of how he thought. Brinsky did as well. First, did you hear the quote that Jamarcus said to his wide receiver room?
Yeah, I think he's taking ownership of his way of doing things. You know, it takes
Facts.
him a year to get in place in Bama. You said it spot on. You know, following Nick, the whole culture thing.
Yeah,
Players were bought it. That's why a lot of guys left, man, because they said, well, Nick's gone, things are changing. You know, they didn't even give it a chance. Okay, so these guys had their first year to kind of show the coaches who they are, character-wise. And now Shepard and those guys, hey, look, we've been to a championship game. We know what it takes to get there. We know what the work is and involved and how to get there. Are you on board or not? Okay. And so now, hey, like Brinsky, you said it, you're getting paid now. It's a different game.
Getting paid now.
Okay, this is not this. Ty, said something today about Jim Nagy going to OU as a GM.
Yeah, I seen that.
Back, I'm saying college football, as we know it, is over, man. So now these guys now coming in now with these deals, no problem with that. Now you got to own up to the deal. You don't perform, you get your money taken.
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
So I think what he did, he showed them who he really was, and what kind of guy it takes to be successful under his leadership. I'm with him 100%.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
old school anyway. You know that.
Yes, sir.
So you can't buy into the program with a guy that has had success. Then you all about you. So go and do you. Okay, somewhere else.
Do you?
Somewhere else.
I love it, Coach Al. Love it, man. I love it. I think it's time for that. Jason said it. Brinsky said it. Coach Al said it. Kangaroo Black said it. Jason Hall of Fame Sports said it. Dwight said, Dwight, $10 super chat, 10-2 and play all bound. Shout out to my brother Dwight, man. Thank you, Dwight, for that super chat, man. Much love to you and your family. Really, really, really appreciate you. Yeah, man. And Dwight with another super chat, man. Dwight says, oh, gotta spread the love. Much love to Dwight for another $10 super chat, man. Dwight, you much appreciated, brother, as always. You know I always got love for you and always appreciate you. Coach Al hit it right on the head too. Coach Al, he gave it to you the old school way, man. And I could not disagree more, right? Jason, we got two Jasons up here. We got Jason, Baltimore Raven, JW, who loves putting lashes to Coach Sean's asses for my Steelers, right? Me and Coach Al's asses.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Jason from Hall of Fame Sports, my brother Jason, OU legend, right? Jason, I want to know what you think, man. Being that you were in the same position with Coach Venables a few years ago, what do you feel about Coach Shepard coming in, really like Coach Al said, laying the gauntlet down, saying, listen, it's time, and really tearing into their ass and really taking accountability for this season starting off? What do you feel about that?
I think you better. I think Coach Al was saying it a second ago too, and I think Brinsky said it a little earlier with you guys. Was, hey, you get paid now.
Yeah.
This is basically pro sports as it is. So, that it's more about if somebody's not going to challenge them, then it's not going to go the way you wanted it to. And I think it feels like there were some times last year that Bama looked like they weren't as disciplined as they needed to be.
Facts.
You know, I remember that Vandy game. It was just a lot of weird stuff going on in that game. You know, so
Facts.
to me, I think that the little different scenario, and I don't know that Kalen DeBoer has always been a huge disciplinarian kind of guy, but I think that at some point you need to get your stamp on things, and the leash is going to
Right.
be short for the guy. You know what I mean? You following the legend, you
Facts.
better handle it. So that's where I'd be at with it.
I think you're right, especially in this climate that we're in.
Yeah.
Brinsky was talking about earlier about the first year, and that's a good point because I didn't look at it that way until Brinsky said it, and that makes a lot of sense to me. I get it. You come in the first year, Coach Al spoke and Jason spoke about it. It's time. Kangaroo Black says Jamarcus Shepard didn't lie. These two guys that had that dog in them are still there, and are the ones who didn't and who didn't are gone. That's true. That's what Brinsky said. That's what Brinsky said, man. The ones who didn't, adios, man. Right?
Hey,
To
Coach.
me, Rico Scott got that dog in him. Right? Hey, Kangaroo, I agree with you, brother.
I
Rico
agree.
Scott.
Hey.
People forget that pass he caught on the sideline from Austin Mack, that toe toucher that Austin put on a rope, right? And Rico went up and got that thing, man. I think Rico's
Right.
gonna have a huge year this year, and
Right.
he ain't afraid to work. He ain't afraid
Right.
to work, Coach Al.
Hey, Coach, I'm gonna tell you something too. You know this, and I know this.
Yes, sir.
You gonna have that come to Jesus meeting with your coach,
Yeah,
and either you gonna break or he gonna break,
yeah,
or
Mhm.
or you gonna break and you gonna say, "I get what this man's trying to do. He been riding me. It's not him, it's me." When you wake
Facts.
up and realize it's you and not him, then y'all relationship.
Oh, man, I wanted to hear that too, man. Coach Al, log back on, Coach Al.
I know he
Log
was
back on. Kangaroo. Hey, brother, I could not disagree with you at all. You are 100,000% correct. And make sure you guys tap in with KB, man. Love KB channel. I'm always tapping in when I'm at work, listening to him. Shout out to my brother Kangaroo Black, who always do big things, man. Always showing love. Always do big things. I think the best Bama channel on YouTube, man. Love that for sure, for sure. Coach Al, log back on. Uncle Jay says, I agree with that. But last year was last year. I'm me, though. I personally would not have allowed so much of the horseplay and the headsets come into practice. Respect your coaches, play hard. You're getting paid now. Uncle Jay with the $20 super chat and spitting number facts, right?
Yeah.
Spitting number facts. It's a new day and age. These kids will quit on you, and I get it, man. They're getting paid now, so all the gloves is off. Like Jason said, all the gloves is off, man.
Well, don't you feel like sometimes these kids are going to test and see where their line is at? You know what I mean?
That's just life. They're going to test you regardless. They're going to see
Yeah.
who they can get away with.
Because they're still 18, 19-year-old kids.
Exactly.
Yeah. And nobody's ever told these kids no if they're coming to Alabama, man. They're played somewhere that nobody could touch them. They didn't have to do everything by the book. You know what I mean? You could take a play off. You could do stuff like that because you were that guy. And now everybody is that guy. Everybody in that program is that guy and was that guy. So I think the best players really want to be challenged anyway.
Yep.
I think they do. I think most of them want to be coached hard, but I still think that there's an adjustment period. What you think?
I think so. Coach A, finish your thought. I agree, Jason.
Yeah,
I agree, brother.
Sorry about that, fellas.
You good.
What I was trying to say is this, man. Guys who really want it, they don't want it easy because they know at the next level, everybody wants it. Guys fight for reps. These guys, some of your best players, they get pissed off in practice because they can't take all the reps. They're trying to perfect their craft. You can't do that unless somebody's watching you, guiding you, coaching you, riding you. They can't be your buddy and get you better.
That's a fact.
Until you realize that you need to be coached up. Now everybody don't need to be yelled at, but you need to be coached at. You need to be coached up. So to me, the guys who want it, they gonna be there on the coach. The guys who don't, they not. Go somewhere else and be great if you can, but you can't be great, man, unless you're being pushed to your limits every day. That you got some want to, you got some buy-in, you got to spend the extra time after practice, you got to spend extra time in the film room, you got to spend extra time in the shop with your coach, you got to spend extra time with your teammates. But chemistry, communication, and continuity. We say it all the time.
Yep.
Okay. And that's what coach is preaching. If you ain't coming here buying in, you can't come into the meeting and focus on the meeting. You certainly can't focus on the field.
Exactly.
It's consistency everywhere you go. It's the little bitty things that you do as a player to perfect your craft. And all the great ones, they have it. They ain't lacking nowhere as it relates to that. Nowhere,
man. Thank you, Uncle Jay. Much love to you, and I appreciate you, man. Jason, we got somebody right here who specifically is talking to you, Sooner in Texas. Who is this Hall of Fame sports fool? Oh, yeah, Brinsky fell asleep on his show once.
Knocked out. I was knocked out.
Knocked out. It wasn't even kind of close. He was snoring into the damn computer.
Knocked out, man. Laying on the couch. Don't do a podcast and lay down, y'all.
Man,
don't do it.
Shout out to James, man. James always showing love. Shout out to Janet. Shout out to James, my boy James Rich from Georgia. Always doing big things, man. Much love, James. What y'all boys got going over there in Athens, man. Give us the secrets, bro. Brinsky, let me come back around to you, man, and see what Coach Al just really made a good point, man. I'll say this, Brinsky. I want you to speak on this. I will say personally, every coach I've ever had that was more my friend, I ain't gonna say that. Every coach I've ever had that was really nice. I don't know if I ever played that well. I know when I really think about it, I guess I'm saying is every coach who I had that was on me, I always played better. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but every coach that I had in my life that was, Coach Harris at A&M, that dude used to be on us, man. When I seen him, I used to get so nervous, bro. You know, so he walk in the room, we supposed to be lifting, we in there cutting up, acting silly. He come in the room and we just start grabbing weights. You know what I mean? Trying to play it off like we've been. You know what I'm saying? Those are the coaches that I always put out better. Yeah, man. What you think about that, Brinsky?
It's a respect factor, man. That's all it is. Just nothing but a respect factor. And I felt the same way with coaches in track and basketball. Shout out to Coach Shaka. Shout out to Coach Rock. Shout out to you guys. Like, yeah, I know they're gonna coach me hard and all that, but guess what? I know they care about me too. It ain't just that they just coaching me hard. I know they care. So I don't want to let them down at the same time. You know, they just not just telling you just one thing, just like, oh, you just do this. But they showing you they care. They actually care about your life. And then telling you to do this is not just pertaining to football, it's pertaining to life too.
Yes.
Like, you got to be held accountable for what you're doing. Like, we ain't here to work. Let's work. We can
work.
play later. We can let's play later when we had these rings on our finger. That's even more fun. Like they said, man, banners, like, friends come and go, but banners last forever.
Last forever, baby. All facts. Jason, what you think?
I mean, I think you two hit it right on the head. I mean, I remember when my mom was the principal of my school and I was playing, and I look at the coach like, bro, my mama hired you. I'm not doing nothing I'm not doing nothing you say. So I don't care. Like, but when I changed schools and went to another school and Coach Blue was on my ass every day, you know, and then you go home and your dad's like, you know, if your coach is on you, that means he cares. That means he sees something there that he knows you could do. And he's challenging you. Are you either going to answer the call or you're going to fold?
That's right.
And
that's right.
And unfortunately, a lot of the guys in our wide receiver room, they folded. They weren't ready to answer that call. And that, you know, wish them all the best, but that's what good coaches do. If a coach doesn't challenge you, they don't care about you. They're not invested in you at all.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's one of the reasons Nick Saban, I think he got really frustrated with things because he couldn't coach players the way he could. He likes to connect and coach players. All the guys who played for Nick, I didn't play for Nick Saban, none of us did, but you can listen to the testimony of all the guys that had played for him, and they could tell you how he would he'd be on one day. You know what I mean? And then, you know, that means that he's riding you for a reason. He sees something in you. And then once he get it out of you, then he may be calling you by your number one day, but when it clicks for you, and he see that it clicks for you and you didn't drop off because you know that it clicked for you, he'll call you by your name.
That's a fact.
How many times we heard those guys say that? And to a man, when they get out of school, they always talk about what coach did for them.
Yep.
Okay.
I always think about that time. Coach Sean, where I don't know, they're playing like Louisiana Monroe or something, and they're up huge, and he's screaming about being in the right place and calls the timeout at the end of the game. To get it right. That it's just accountability. You're gonna do it the right way
That's
every
right, man.
time.
That's right.
Fact.
Jason,
Facts.
the crazy thing about it that you saying that is something that he learned from his daddy when he said he worked at a gas station when he used to do everything.
Facts.
If he didn't do something right, he'll make him do it all over again.
Right.
If he didn't do one thing right, he'll make him do everything all over again.
Start over, do it again.
He is so he's like, no, I'm gonna get it right the first time, so I don't have to do it again. I want to go hang with my friends. I want to go to dances. I want to do all this other stuff. Let me do all this stuff the first time. And one of the players I think defines that the most was like Najee. When Najee first came in, Najee like, oh man, I'm number one player in the country, or I'm gonna come in here and all that. Him and Coach Saban used to bump heads.
Yeah.
But he got it by his senior year. He started to realize, like, oh man, he really cared. He said he wanted to transfer and all that, but he stuck it out. And he said, I wouldn't be who I am if it wasn't for him.
Facts.
There you go, right there.
All facts. See, I love that, man. I think you need that in this day and age more than anything, man. Shout out to Jeremy Matthews, man, with the $5 super chat. Roll Tide, fellas. How does the panel feel about Marquise Mays' comment on distancing from Lank? I think that's what Coach Al was kind of saying. Coach Al was just talking, you just want to make your own identity. I think people took Coach Marquise Mays' comment a little wrong. He wasn't dissing Lank. He was just saying it's time for you guys to make your own identity. It's time for you to you got to do something for yourself. Coach Saban is gone, right? You guys got to make your own way. You know what I mean? You can't live off Lank, whatever the case may be. Or I think that's what Marquise was saying. Just kind of make your own identity. Thank you, Jeremy. Much love to you, brother, and I really, really, really appreciate you. Shout out to Uncle Jay, $5 super chat. Uncle Jay says one thing Coach says is what you do in practice, you'll do in the game. That's what Saban constantly said to his players. Facts. You can't loaf in practice and then turn it on during the game, man. That's just not how I go. Shout out to Uncle Jay. Thank you, Jay. Love you to death, OG. And shout out to our sister, KT. She is in the house, man. If KT, if Janet, if Anitra, if Kimberly, if all of them is here, it's a good day. Much love to you, KT, man. Holler at me about that situation. I hope everything worked itself out, man. Been praying for you and your family. Hope everything good. Much love to you and so good to see you, for sure, for sure. KB says this, Coach Al, being a coach is like being a parent. Kids will do what you allow and take kindness for weakness. If you want the best out of them, you got to be hard on them, but let them know it makes them better. See, I agree with that 1,000%.
Yes,
what
sir.
Did that Coach Saban used to say? Yeah. Kids don't care what you know until they know that you care.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Something, Coach, it's like this. I would say it like this. It's just like working out, man. You got to break that muscle down before it can build it up. Okay. And when I'm on a kid, for doing the little things, lining up wrong. Man, let's get lined up. Where's your gap control? Where's your technique? This little bitty thing, that drill, just drill it. And then if I know I've gotten to him, later in practice, I walk over to his position.
Say something positive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just building right back up again. It's building right back up again. I'll tell him something good, but hey, you got this, man. Let's go. Let's be
I would do the same.
Let's be great today, a little bit better. Something to come out. It's from the heart. And one thing about players, young players, man, they can see right through you. I knew it when I was young.
Yeah.
The guy wasn't authentic. So anyway, that's what I'm just old school.
It's a fact, but it works.
If we beat the team, Coach, here's one thing. If we beating the team, we really beat the team. I've got into it with my coaches. We ain't letting up.
That's a fact.
Because that's for the next team that's scouting us, watching us. That, man, these guys ain't gonna quit. They beat us 35-0. And they ain't stopping.
Yeah.
My coach, let this guy play. Man, look at. We've not given them nothing. It's the theory of nothing applied.
Choke them out.
Okay.
Facts.
That way, the next team that see us, they don't want to see us coming because they know what they get. Okay.
I agree, man. I agree 1,000%, man. Shout out to Kangaroo Black though. Kangaroo, I agree with you 1,000%, man. You and Coach Al on the same wavelength, man. Jason, I want to know what you think, man, about being from Oklahoma and you've been through these coaching changes and you've seen it up close and personal. You've seen the difference in the styles. You've seen this before, man. Talk to me about these nice coaches, which is okay, right? But just like Coach Al said, it's a building thing. Just like Jason said, it's a Brinsky. It's a building thing. What do you feel, Jason, about these coaches that's trying to be pally and these coaches that's really putting lashes to asses, getting the development that they're looking for?
Yeah, I think it was pretty evident the first year that Venables was there. I mean, Danny Stutzman, he was already the leading tackler at that point, but he didn't know what he was doing, and he was in a lot of places that he wasn't supposed to be, missing the gaps and stuff, and you know, he would complain about things like, you know, these game plans are too long on the defensive side and things like that. He was like, I don't give a shit what you think. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't have to like it, but are you gonna? And by the end of it, he told him, look, we want you back here, but are you gonna come in here and lead this football team, or are you gonna be the class clown?
And this is Stutzman he's telling this to?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
So, but that tells you what kind of coach he is. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't have belief in Coach Venables right now. And look, there's some things that you needed to get right, and it hadn't gotten right yet. So the jury's still out. I understand that, but it's those kind of things. It's the fact that they're not just recruiting on money, but there is an expectation here. And I know that as hard as he is on them, all of those guys, you hear it coming from all of them. You know, I have Marcus Dent on the channel with me all the time. His son is Isaiah Autry-Dent from Mississippi. Just a baller, you know, big 6'7", 320-pound tackle. You know, he's ready. And then you've got Michael Boganowski Jr. His dad's always on the show with us as well. And you've heard it from both of them saying, look, these guys don't want to be the reason that Brent Venables gets fired.
Facts.
And it's not, they are not, he doesn't do the friendship thing there. He doesn't. So that tells you something. Coach Roybal talks about it all the time. He coached 6A ball in Texas. He had guys that, you know, played the NFL. Every place in the country, he's had guys that went.
Shout out to Coach Roybal, man. I listen to him. Yeah, he's great, man.
He don't play. And I remember when he got to Hobbs, whenever I first got to Hobbs, we were both brand new here. And this is a town that they're good at basketball. They just didn't really do much of football. And he was trying to change the way things were. And there's a kid that he ended up he went to a JUCO, but he ended up at Texas Tech, and great player, big safety. And he was on his ass all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And it was like, you know, and now he loved on him too. That's the one thing about Coach Roybal. He'll love right back on your ass just as much, you know. And I think the BV's the same way. But man, there's a line in the sand. We're not your friend. We love you. We're not your friend. You know, we're here to get the most out of you. That's why you're here. And if you're in a place like Oklahoma or Alabama and you can't figure that out, then you shouldn't probably be at Oklahoma or Alabama.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. And you're seeing some of that with these rosters, just like Coach Al said. Jason, I want to get you and Brinsky on this, man. We talked about Coach Shepard. We talked about the vibe he's setting. First, shout out to Patriot Life, man. That's my brother right there, man. $20 super chat. Great to see all of you guys. Hope everyone has a great Friday and the weekend, and always roll damn tide. Much love to Rob, man. Rob, can't wait to see you this year, man. Hope you come down to A-Day, brother. $20 super chat from my broski. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate you more than you like. Patriot Life, for sure. Let me get you guys on this, man, because JB kind of hit where I'm going. These coaches wasn't hired to be friends. They can be friendly, but business is business. Here's the thing. I want to know what you guys, I'm really anxious to see what you guys say about this. We talked about Jamarcus Shepard, but what do you guys think about the other guys? You got Nick Sheridan at the quarterback coach. You got right now Robert Gillespie, Robert doing his thing. Jamarcus at the wide receivers. Brian Ellis is still there at the tight ends. Coach Cap at the offensive line. Freddie Roach at the defensive line. We moved Kane Womack from middle linebackers. We got Chuck Morrell now. We got Christian Robinson at the outside. Mo Linquist at the corners. And new coach Jason Jones will probably be a safeties coach. They got DB coach, so I'm not sure if they're going to take Mo and put him at corners. You know, I don't know how they're going to do that. Mo was with the corners last year. Are they going to keep that like that and let Jason go with the safeties or switch them up? I want to know, Brinsky, starting with you, do you have faith? Do you have faith that this is the coaching staff that can develop these kids into champions?
Without a doubt. We've seen them do more with less, and they actually were developing 3 stars, 3 and 2 stars. So imagine what they do when they had the resources to have when they have 5 stars on their team and 4 or 5 stars, a whole bunch of them. They just had a sprinkle of them at Washington of just 4 stars. So they're going to get the most out of these guys. It's just up to the guys to buy in. That's why they're recruiting a certain type of player to Alabama. We clearly see they know they have an eye for talent because look what Keelan Russell was at. Nobody knew who Keelan Russell was.
Facts.
Everybody was upset about Julian Sandlin, like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And I was one of them. And I was like, man, he didn't want to be here. And then you start hearing this rumble about this kid in Texas, about Keelan Russell. We have talked about this more than enough, that them stars do not matter. But it shows that this man plays in one of, if not the toughest football league in high school for Texas. Well, the whole America. Whatever that Marty Day and John Bostic, whatever they play.
Yeah.
That may be the second hardest, but he's coming straight out of Texas from a top-ranked school, and he is throwing that thing on the money, doing his thing, go to the Elite 11 camp, making a name for himself. A lot of people did not know who this kid was, and he comes out the MVP, and it was all up from there. They clearly know talent, and I've seen what they can do with talent. Like, if you don't believe me, go Roma Duze. Look at Roma Duze. Ranking when he came in, and look what he became.
That's a fact.
So that's a fact. Just the process. You can't just. They literally only have a year under their belt. This is their second year. You have to give it time. We didn't win a national championship until Coach Saban 4th season.
No, I think it was his third. Yeah.
09.
Yeah. He came in.
Came in 7.
Yeah. Going into his third season.
But that's still different too.
Right.
Because you're not going through a playoff system now.
That's a fact.
And we got the NIL. We have transfer and all this stuff. So you got to give that stuff time. It is not easy. Just making it to the playoffs is a blessing. To make it to the national championship is going to get harder and harder every year, especially if you keep adding all these teams to the mix.
Yeah.
Just trust the process, and we'll see where it goes. You can always tell when we're not getting the most out of players when they start doing the little things wrong. So just trust the process.
All facts, man. Jason, talk to me. Do you believe this is the coaching staff? Do you want to see some tweaks to it? Or do you think this is the staff to get these kids to be champions again?
I honestly like where this coaching staff is right now. Especially on the defensive side. And because this was as good a secondary as we had in a long time. If you really kind of break it down, they grew up really quickly.
They did.
Man, they look good, man. Especially at the end of the year, man.
Yeah, they look great. We're able to cause a bunch of turnovers, something we haven't done in quite a long time. I like this staff even more so because of their ability to retain the players that could have left. The key players that could have left, like an LT Overton, Damani Jackson, and just being able to hold those guys another year, show that they have the ability to grow these guys even more, make them some more money in the draft next year, show that other, all of our recruits, hey, this is what you can do. You don't have to leave early. We can develop you. You're going to make sure we take care of you here, and then you'll get taken care of in the NFL. So for me, that's the biggest thing. I think this staff is right where it needs to be. It's year 2. Year 1, in my eyes, in my opinion, we overachieved. There were a bunch of games that we could have lost.
Facts.
If we're being honest, like there were sketchy moments all across the season.
Yes.
And we were right where we probably should have been for year 1, losing 30 players to the portal, losing arguably the best defensive player in college football. ups and downs with the quarterback.
Yeah.
What else would you really want from this staff? So seeing them in year 2 with a system in place, knowledge of that system, older guys still in place to be leaders, I don't think there's anything else that you could really ask for.
Facts, man. Facts. I love hearing that because when you really put it into perspective, I know we all fans, but when you really put it, because Brinsky been saying it from day one, man. You know, we fans, we get disappointed when we see things, but it is that first year. When we step back in the offseason and we look, that's why I want to save Jason for last. I got a double part question for Jason with this. Coach Al, I want you to go next because Jeremy Matthews speaking to the same thing. Jeremy Matthews says Brian Ellis is doing a great job of the tight ends. I know you always talked about throwing to these guys. Do you think this is the staff that can get these kids back to what we all recognize Alabama to be?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm always going to say it's a 3 C's, right?
Yeah.
Continuity, chemistry, and communication. In any kind of team and environment, that's essential for success. And I'm going to say one name that could really change the whole equation in the chemistry of the staff is Alex. The reason I say that because he's a guy that has continuity with the head coach already, but he's going to bring a different mentality to the offensive side of football that the play caller we had last year, his mentality was a little passive.
Yeah.
Okay. Grubbs comes in like, you know, he wearing a baseball cap that really like he's seen his best days. That's the guy you don't want. Okay. Which means that he's really going to help Coach Cap on the line. Okay. Which means that he's going to have him 2 C's already. And since he's the offensive coordinator, he has success at. And he had some success in the league last year. Excellent communication. So that side of the ball, bringing it in, and then
I think it's cutting you out, Coach Al. It's cutting you out a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah. We're just cutting like your first words out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do apologize, everybody.
Oh, you good? You good, brother?
Yeah.
I just want everybody to hear you.
Yeah. And so to me, Alex Grubb is essential, a key ingredient to this staff really going to another level because of his mentality that he's going to bring to that side of the football. Then the other chess move piece was moving Womack, you know, off as a position coach where he could be DC. So he can kind of roam a little bit. So it's those little nuanced things. And then, of course, Mo Linquist is the guy in the secondary that's going to actually be the guy to head everything up back then. We saw the job that he did last year. So we have some carryover, which is a continuity piece. We got some chemistry because the large part of the staff is intact. Okay. And then now we got the communication piece. And we forget about Coach G. Don't forget about Coach G with the running backs. We got a stable of guys coming in this year. And he's going to have to make that room click, and, you know, and push those guys and get the most out of them. So to answer your question, yes, I do think that Coach DeBoer is doing a great job in bringing his staff together with people that he's comfortable with, guys who really have excelled at their craft, who are renowned in the coaching community to have some success. Now the culture is changing and the players absolutely know who they're playing for.
Facts.
Okay, so I can't say nothing but good things about what Coach DeBoer has done in a short period of time coming into Alabama, retaining players, retaining coaches. Remember, he got rid of the secondary coach of Wisconsin. He left.
Facts.
So
Hitchler.
He moved his OC from last year, moved him to the side, which is going to make him a little bit more effective, I think, in terms of the experience he can gain from Grubb, and then watching. You become better a lot of times when you step away from the heat, so you can see, oh man, that's what I was doing wrong.
That's what I was doing wrong. Right.
It's going to make him a better coach too. So.
All facts, right. Coach Al. All facts.
How important do you guys think Grubb is to this whole deal, though?
It's super. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying, Jason. I think that bringing him in, if he's bought in truly, it's going to change the mentality of that side of the ball because he's going to hold everybody accountable, and he just looked like a guy that would put hands on you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's the guy. Now, if I'm playing for him, and I know I'm gonna have to put it. I'm gonna have to. But the other guy we had last year, man, he looked like he was, he just looked passive, man. You know what I mean? And your first year coming in, and guys see you like that, hard joker after coming after Saban. you may not get it out of them.
Yeah.
You
That's
just
a
may not
fact,
get it
man.
out of them. Okay.
And see, for the record, me and Coach Al was on the front page of that from game one. Never, no disrespect to Coach Sheridan. Young coach, gonna be awesome at what he does. It's just the play calling on down and distance at certain times.
It felt like situationally he lacked a little
situation. That's what I was trying to say. Situational play calling. You know, 3rd and 2, 3rd down. We used to call the money down. 3rd down is where a coach makes his money at on offense, man.
Oh yeah.
Some of the play calling on 3rd down, it would make you think he didn't recognize the personnel we had. It was just very strange at times, right? And you know, KT said it best. KT said, "Yep, Mo and Womack are the keys this year, but we got to keep those injury-prone guys healthy." Facts. Coach Womack, I think, really made his bones, because don't look now, but this was statistically, Jason knows what I'm about to say. This was the best defense we've had since 2017.
That's right.
It was good, man.
Those are all facts, Coach.
Right. Don't look now. Jason, I want to ask you. Oh, go ahead, Coach Al. You had something? Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that's all facts. I mean, you can look. The numbers don't lie. Film don't lie. Numbers don't lie. I'm sorry, they just don't. Sorry.
Nobody liked it at first, but the numbers don't lie.
Yeah,
numbers
well,
don't lie,
look what
Coach.
they did to LSU at the end of the year, man. In their house, just they bottled them up.
Hey, if it wasn't for that defense, like, was it Jason that said it? Was it Jason Brinsky? If it wasn't for that defense, bro, listen, we would have lost against Auburn. We would have lost. Michigan would have dump trucked us, right? They kept us in the game.
South Carolina, right?
South Carolina. Don't look now, but they saved us, brother, because the offense did not.
If we didn't turn over the ball so much in the Michigan game, I don't even think Michigan would have really scored. They just kept getting short fields.
Exactly, giving them the ball.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. You know, good offensive team, you're gonna lose that game, man. Right? Yep. So, Jason, I want to say this for you. I heard all my brothers talk about the coaching staff, right? And their faith in what these guys are doing. Coach Al broke it down, and the necessary moves that we wanted to see, they made them. Offensive coordinator, the guy we wanted, the guy that's comfortable. I'm asking you this for Bama and Oklahoma. Are you satisfied that this staff for Bama can get Bama back to winning 12 games, 11 games, playoff bound? And are you satisfied that the coaching staff that Oklahoma has right now, especially with the defensive coordinators and stuff like that going on, are you satisfied that this is the staff to put Oklahoma over the top? Being that you guys have a much more tough schedule than Texas.
Shit.
Again.
No, that's for sure. Just to start off, I'll start with Bama. Man, I haven't been worried about Bama yet. I think KD is a good coach. I think Grubb is underrated when it comes to coordinators around the country. I can't even believe that Seattle got rid of him. You know what I mean? It was surprising to me that went down. But to me, I think they're going to be good. And I think that was the main thing. I think that a lot of it had to do with, it didn't seem like nobody was running the ball there last year except for Jalen Milroe.
Facts, man.
And you can't just put that on the running backs not doing this, doing that. You got to give them touches, man. And I just didn't see that happening. And so to me, it felt like a situation there at Bama where that's all it really needed. And I think that we saw it. We saw the Oklahoma game. They got one-dimensional. Once they hit Milroe, they got one-dimensional. The secondary was able to stick with. I mean, you're not going to be able to stop Ryan all the way because the boy's just badass. He's just a baller. You know what I mean? But they made it hard on him. You know, Eli Bowen was sticky. He was in his pocket all day. Yeah. And so, they made it hard. And he just didn't have enough time to get those down the field throws very often because they were getting pressure. And so that was, but it's easy to do that when you know that he don't want to run it anymore. After that first run, when Danny popped him a little bit, he's a little tentative to run after that. So,
hey Jason, it's that one play that they took back from us.
The Ryan Williams play.
I said you were going to stop
that one play. I'm pissed off about that.
Ryan, that was a touchdown. There's no two ways around it. No two ways. But what I was getting at is he didn't have a lot of time to get those balls out there.
Sure,
you know what I mean? And so, if you have a guy like Eli running after you, and he's a freshman All-American too, so he was able to kind of hang with him and just kind of make it tough. But you get any quarterback with pressure in his face isn't as good as he is without it. So I think that with Ryan coming back in, I mean, we heard him talking about it when he came in. It was, I heard people asking, is that a indictment on Sheridan? Yeah, it is, but it should be. You know what I mean? He wasn't lying. I didn't hear anything that he said that wasn't truthful. So, but in the end, you still look at this. I mean, right now, we're starting to see a lot of the roster talent stuff going out, the list of roster talent. Guess who's number one? Still, Alabama. You know what I mean? So you get the. Go ahead, Coach.
How about that?
Shocker, big shocker. You know what I mean? And so that means you got to get somebody that's going to come in here and expect more out of it. And somebody, look, man, Ryan Grubb is not having a problem running that offense. You know what I mean? And he's going to call the plays as need be. He knows what needs to happen. But I also think you got more natural passers too. So, I don't, as much as I think Jalen Milrose is a hell of an athlete, I don't think he's a pure passer.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, he's not.
And so you needed that. You needed somebody that was going to work that in and get him some easier throws than what they were getting. It felt like to me, it's the same kind of stuff that we saw when Jalen Hurts ended up at Oklahoma. Lincoln Riley was able to get him the easy throws out of the backfield and the deep balls to CeeDee Lamb and stuff like that. That's what he didn't put him in positions where he had to be ultra precise in those middle of the field.
Say it again, Jason.
That's what it is. You have to do it. Some of these guys aren't pure passers, and when you got an athlete like Milroe, you want him to do the things he's very good at, right? You can hit a running back out of the backfield or a slant play to your tight end. That should be his best friend if you're a moving quarterback. To me,
check downs, what you're saying.
Check down
right?
stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't make him throw that 12 to 20 yard.
It
has to be this right there. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that to him. So to me, that was their issue. Lisa got your super chat if you want to do that.
Yeah, man. I was gonna wait. Just shout out to Lisa, man. That's my home girl. Love Lisa to death. Shout out to Lisa. $10 super chat, man. Lisa fits you. Y'all tap in with Lisa too, man. Love what Title Tile is doing with Lisa. They doing big things over there. Check those guys out, please. Lisa. Yep, you gentlemen seem target to me. This staff does seem capable, particularly Grubb. Just because someone played chess, Sheridan, doesn't mean they're a master. Grubb. Facts.
Absolutely.
All facts, Lisa. Absolutely right. Thank you, Lisa. Love you to death. I really appreciate you, and it's so good to see you in here, man. Thank you, Lisa. As always, roll tide to you and the fam for
Shout
sure.
out to Lisa.
That's why I was so
my favorite.
Got frustrated. That's why I got frustrated at times.
Jason,
masterful sometimes.
We all in a group text. Jason to say the same thing. It's just, man, the Oklahoma game.
It's inconsistent.
Yeah. Like this is Brent Venables. Me and Al talked about it. Brinsky. This is Brent Venables. You give these guys got a week off. That quarterback counter read, that's your bread and butter, right? Do you not think he's going to focus on taking that from
take that away?
So
I agree. The greatest defensive
quarterback power
in college football is not going to take that away. Come on now.
Facts.
So Nick Sheridan called the quarterback power one more time.
Hey, we have the same thing going on in with Jackson Arnold, man. I was like, oh.
And that's why Coach Sean, when we was on Ty's show that Monday, and Jason, I think Jay was on that show too. All of them just like, oh man, we don't have a chance. Yeah. Every last one of us was like, stop that BS right now. You ain't fooling.
I remember that. I remember Jason was setting us up, Coach Al.
Yep. Hey, man, I ain't smart enough to do all that setup shit.
Oh man, look, I can watch that episode and look at everybody there. Like, we ain't falling for that.
We ain't falling for that.
First offense in the history of Oklahoma, man. There's no way you could feel good about any game with the way that they were last year.
We knew it was gonna get up for Bama.
No doubt. I mean, anybody's gonna get up for them, but. The problem was you guys are talking, we're talking about Sheridan, and that's exactly what. Look, man, I had a show yesterday, and we were talking about this. There's a lot of things that are going around that Seth Luttrell might have been, doing a little sabotage, little sabotage going on in there because he wanted his boy Josh to come back. I don't know, man. You hear these things, and I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying it's something that wouldn't surprise you. And I've got a notebook of things that I heard throughout the season, that I had that whole file. And the bottom line was this: there was a lot of things that were going on there, but he was not that dude. And there were some things that you can't have happening. And I mean, the biggest indictment to me was, and I heard this from other places, it wasn't from Oklahoma fans. It was from fans around the SEC that were like, it's the most predictable offense I've ever seen. They knew exactly what was coming before it came. I mean, it was junior high. So you can't have it. You asked me earlier what I felt about their offense coming in. Look, first of all, I really like John Mateer. I really like Michael Hawkins, and Michael Hawkins was playing too.
Young receivers. But
not only just young receivers, those guys the young guys that were there were, they got to take their licks, and they did take their licks. But you saw some things towards the end, even in the loss in the bowl game, whatever, you're seeing some different things happening. But a guy like Giovanni Gibson, this kid was a baller at the FCS level. It played for a terrible football team, and the quarterback wasn't even very good, and he's still lighting it up. 6'3", 4'4", running great routes. That shit translates. Doesn't matter where you came from. If you at 6'3", running a 4'4" at 215 pounds, and you run really, really good routes, that translates. So like him,
it's like Jahad Campbell ran a 4.52 at the combine today.
Crazy.
I didn't want nobody to say that. I wanted to watch it, but he ran
crazy.
I'm sorry, Coach. I'm sorry, Brisbane.
Man.
Hey, what he ran? You already said it. Now, what he ran?
4.52.
Come on, man.
That's scary, man.
Top 15, lock in.
Yeah, exactly. Height, weight, speed, dude, man. With a mentality. Okay. Mm-hmm. He just want to do bad things when he arrives on the scene. That kind of guy, man.
Yeah.
He's a 3-down player.
Yeah.
Shout out to my brother Bear.
What's up there?
Bear, what's going on, man?
No, I just, in the end, I think with what was going on, I mean, look, they won 6 games last year, but you look and, a lot of people are looking at that as an indictment. I think that when you had your top 6 receivers by the end of the year were gone, you had 11 different combinations on that offensive line.
I want the Bama fans to listen to this and imagine if we had to go through this. Go ahead.
Right. You didn't, and you had a listen, man, you guys should be excited about Jackson Arnold being at Auburn. I'll just say this. I mean, I'm not trying to hate on the kid, but I mean, and I'm used to seeing dudes at Oklahoma playing quarterback that when the play breaks down, they get better.
Yeah.
That ain't him. And so, this is going to be the first SEC game for Oklahoma. I think, he's on the menu that day. So that'll be fun. But but on top of that, when you have 6 guys out, your top 6 receivers, you got a bunch of freshmen after that. Then you've got the line is what it is. You've got a quarterback that's a little scared, and you've got a situation where your play calling is not good. The communication on that side of the ball is not good. I mean, between the coaching staff, all that stuff, it's all about communicating. You got to be on the same page or get them there on the same page. And that wasn't happening. So whatever was going on, it's good that it's over. You bring in a guy like John Mateer, you bring in a guy like Ben Arbuckle, who has proven it over the last, 2 years there at Washington State. He also was at Western Kentucky, took over there. And I mean, I've watched every play they've had. What he did with Cam Ward and then what he did with John Mateer last year in Mateer's first action, yeah, I get it. It's in the Mountain West. But I'll tell you something. He still had 44 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He still had 44 touchdowns. He's not afraid to – and their offensive line wasn't great either. But the play calling, this is a guy that – he's an air raid guy, tendency-wise. I saw him in jumbo packages. Under center. I love shit like that. Under center. Get under center. You know what I mean? We got a short yardage situation. Get your quarterback under center, man. Yeah. I've watched every game at Washington State. I've multiple times seen him in a jumbo set. He's not married to anything, and he's got a good mind. You don't want to compare him to anybody, but a lot of people are comparing him to like the way you saw Lincoln Riley when he got to Oklahoma. Just hope he's had a little better character than that. But aside from that, they've got some weapons offensively. They've got some young kids on that offensive line that were kind of getting their feet underneath them. They've got a really good line that's coming in from this year. Michael Fasusi, #1 tackle in the country. Yeah. They've got a guard that, man, they've got some guards that are nasty in these last 2 classes, straight up. And I think that they're going to be really good this year. I think a lot of what was wrong with that offensive line was Seth Luttrell. He was micromanaging, and it wasn't anything else. Look, in the end, as bad as that offense was, they still had opportunities to really win 8. They were ahead at halftime on the road at Ole Miss. They were ahead with 2 minutes left and lost at Mizzou. You know, that was stupid that they lost to Navy, whatever. But that's at least 2 and probably 3 wins they definitely should have had. South Carolina, look, it was a really, really bad. And when you've got a tight end, his assignment on a play early in the game is to go up against those 2 All-American defensive ends, edge rushers, then you just schemed it wrong, dog. Period.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
You know, you touched on it right there about Luttrell and the offensive line woes. Let's flip that over to Alex Grubbs and Coach Cap. It applies the same thing.
Yeah.
So Grubb is going to help Coach Cap because Coach Cap came in January or late January last year, and he had to learn the scheme and recruit.
Yes.
So Coach Cap has now had a full year of getting bullets, live bullets, and coaching under Sheridan. Now you come in with a guy with Grubb who has coached O-line, who has success with DeBoer at Washington and other places. Continuity. Again, we're talking continuity, chemistry, and communication. Just what you said, Luttrell's downfall to OU's line production and chemistry. Same thing I say, polar opposite of that. Grubb is going to have an effect on Bama in a way that people haven't seen in years with Coach Cap, because now he can hold Coach Cap accountable to the adjustments of what he's not doing in game.
And see, that's the stuff that I feel like there's a lot of similarities with Alabama and OU right now.
Yes, sir. 100%. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all transitioning it. Yeah.
Paul is even asking about that offensive line, man. That's yet to be seen, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. To me, that's going to be the key. That's going to be the key. Just like Coach Al just said, that's going to be the key. Coming into the second year, I really believe that's going to tell the story of our offense. I want to end this by asking each one of you guys a quick question. I'm going to end with Jason. Let's start on this end, Coach Al. Out of all the coaches we just talked about, and if you need a position coach, I'll tell you, which position coach are you most excited or happy or have the most faith in going into this new season? When you look at all the positions, which position coach are you most excited to still have? Are you most happy about, or are you have the most confidence in going into the 2025 season? Because I know the one I'm most ecstatic about.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off with Coach Grubb for all the right reasons, as it relates primarily to the O-line and in-game play calling adjustments. Just feeling the game. It's gonna be a whole different feel you guys gonna see this year of what we'll be attacking and how we attack. Coach G, he's gonna be important because now we got a stable of running backs, and that we're gonna run the ball this year more, not with the quarterback.
Facts.
Okay. All right, so those my 2 guys right there. Everybody else, I'm solid on with what we have. I like Morrell at linebacker. He's on fire. His hair's on fire every day, and he's got something to work with this year too. So look for that guy to get a lot of production out of linebacker.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Jason Walker.
It's it has to be Coach Mo for me, man.
Took my thunder.
Just watching what he did with the young talent last year. It was beautiful. They grew every week. Right.
We thought that was going to be the weak link, Jason.
We thought it was the weakest link of the team after a couple of weeks of us watching people run past Red. But it's okay. Red's my guy. That's my boy. But yeah, it got to be Coach Mo, man. He's doing so much, and I'm in year 2. should be crazy. Those boys stepped up every time we asked them to step up, every single time, and a lot of that is built on, you know, you take on the personality of the coach. So
yes,
I'm
sir.
ready to see exactly what happens with Coach Mo this year.
Facts, man. Facts. I'll go ahead and get mine just because Jason said his real quick before I get to Brinsky. I'm the same. I'm an offensive guy. Love that Ryan Grubb is there. That's probably who I'm most excited about. But I think as far as job done, when you look at that secondary, when you look at Bray, I know Bray Hubbard losing what's my man from Michigan?
Keon Saab.
Losing Keon Saab, who came in and playing well, losing that ball hawk, and then Bray Hubbard coming in and being as prepared as he was, picking right back up. Actually was better against the run. Young corner over there in Xavier Brown, brand new corner over there in Damani Jackson. When you really look at all these guys and how they played, and everybody talking about how Mo Linquist was helping out with both, I'm really excited, man, because I thought the secondary was going to be terrible. When you really look at the bigger games we played, the Tennessee game, the secondary played well. They played exceptionally well. I was going to pick Christian Robinson, but I didn't like seeing LT Overton out there standing up.
I did not.
You know, I didn't like LT Overton out there standing up, man. Against the Oklahoma game, they was running. They picked on him. LT is great with his hand in the dirt, but I think when you stand him up, Bama put 20-something pounds on the kid. He went back from 260 to 280. I just don't think he need to be standing up out there, Coach Al.
Nope.
Oklahoma ran that quarterback power right at him 4, 5, 6, 7 times.
Right.
Pulled the guard, and they picked on that side. And LT was getting caught in the wash. He wasn't quick enough to get out there. So I'm going with Mo Linquist. Go ahead, Brinsky. My bad.
Oh, you all good, dog. But it's definitely Mo for me too. I love the secondary more. I love the secondary more than anything. So yeah. It's easy for me, especially you can tell he did an awesome job just based on one thing. We know Damani was a 5-star prospect coming out of high school. And what I learned later on, I didn't know he was silent committed to us until he changed his mind and went to USC. And we see that USC stunted his growth in a lot of ways, and he was hurt. He comes to Alabama, like I knew the talent. I didn't have no question about him, but I knew some folks did have a question about him. But if he can play to the standard that I know he played in high school, he was going to be that guy. What did he show? He was that guy. I believe if he came out this year, I believe he would be pushing the first round. Mm-hmm. Him coming out next year, he's definitely a first rounder. We know we got a lockdown cornerback. Xavier is stepping up. He grew up, especially being out there as a freshman. Then you got some dogs coming in. A guy that I wanted the most, Dejon Lee, who is going to be a major problem for college football. Remember the name, Dejon Lee, out of California. Don't sleep. And Bray Hubbard back there. Then what's my guy name? I just lost his name just that quick. That was back there on the final game.
Xavier Mincy.
Zay Mincy. Bray Hubbard and Zay Mincy back there. I like those two back there more than I like Keon Sabb and Bray out there. So when Zay really, really learned the position, which he's going through an all season, I believe he's going to take that position. Oh wait, just remember what I said. So I believe it's going to be. I don't know who they're going to have in the slot, but I know Xavier, Damani, Bray, and Zay Mincy.
Just remember this too, guys. Before I go to Jason, Coach Al, Jason, Brinsky, Jason, all those guys that Brinsky just talked about are all here. They're back. That goes for Keon. That goes for Bray. That goes for Xavier Mincy, Xavier Brown, Domani Jackson will be one of the best corners in the country. He will get those awards at the end of the season. Mark it down. Your linebackers, you still got. I know Deontay's coming off a knee injury, but you still got Justin Jefferson. He's still back. That if nothing else, it'll bring some experience. The guy from Colorado, this kid has played a lot of football. A lot of football. Defensive line, Tim Keenan is still there. A lot of football, right? James Smith, who I think is going to be the best player on the team, will be there. The defense should not be a problem in my opinion going into next season. Jason, out of your entire coaching staff that you guys have now, whether it's coordinators or not, position coaches, coordinators, anybody, what coach are you most excited about in congruence with how they played last year going into this year?
Well, it has to be Arbuckle because of the fact that they just were non-existent on offense. So,
is this the offensive line coach?
No, it's the offensive coordinator. So
OC, okay. Gotcha,
I mean, you know, Big Bill Beatonbow. I mean, that's the offensive line coach, and I mean,
yeah, that's right.
I think he's the MVP coach anyway. So that's, I mean, notwithstanding. But as far as excitement is concerned, when it was as bad as it was, I mean, they're ranking in the hundreds a year after being in the top 5 in scoring and total. It's just bad. So knowing what we've seen and knowing that you've got, you know, this quarterback coming in, he even brought his assistant that was the quarterback's coach there at Washington State with him as well. So that's a big part of it too. But yeah, I think it's got to be Arbuckle just for that simple fact. And I'll tell you another thing, you know, I think it might have been good if you end up getting it would have been a good thing if you end up getting old boy from Ohio State to come be the DC. But you know what I think is the best part about it is that there's no question right now. The end of the day, Brent Venables is going to call this defense. Is his ass on the line? He's going to call this defense. So you expect that defense to do its thing, just like it did a year ago. I think that he knows exactly what the plans need to be. He's going to hold those kids accountable where they need to. And I think that all you have to do is you don't have to be a top 10 offense in the country. You need to be top 30 and be serviceable and let that and be complimentary to your defense. Don't make them have, because last year I was looking at it, on average, our opponents had 4 to 5 extra possessions a game. 4 to 5 extra possessions a game. You can't have it. You know, the Texas game, they had 9 straight 3 and outs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
3 and outs.
Yeah, that's crazy. You can't win like that. Yeah.
I mean, that was a hard ass season. A hard ass season to deal with, man. Not used to it, but I just think so. The excitement's there. A little gun shy right now, though. But you know, because you got a bunch of guys they haven't shown it at Oklahoma yet. So the hope is there. But the excitement, yeah, I think we got a good one there. I think we got a good one, and I think it's going to work itself out. They even brought Kevin Wilson back as an analyst. I think that's a big deal for that offense as well. This is a guy that, you know, he's got experience as a head coach. I think that helps Coach Venables. He's got experience, you know, as an OC in a big time program like Ohio State. He was at Oklahoma when Sam Bradford, he was the OC when Sam Bradford won the Heisman and put up ridiculous PlayStation numbers. You know what I mean? So
I'm just glad y'all come to Bama.
Man, I'm scared.
Can't wait.
I'll be there for the game. I'm gonna have some fun. But that's the one I circled. It's a scary game. I expect Bama is gonna be right back to where they were.
That Oklahoma game to me was the worst game of the season. We got our asses whipped, Coach Al.
Hey, we got to beat us
in every facet. We didn't even look, Jason, like Jason Walker. We didn't even look like, I don't know what that was. We just got whipped, bro. Like that. That might have been our most frustrating game in the group text. Even Ty was hot. Yeah.
You got a week off before it again, though.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that one.
That's what I don't like. Y'all got that week off. They set us up for that.
Yeah. Let's just hope our coaching stuff got a memory like an elephant. No
facts. Facts, bro.
It shouldn't be hard to get them motivated for that one, right?
Got that right.
So listen, guys, we've been on an hour and 30 minutes, man. I want to say thank you to everybody who showed up, man, with all of our Twitters and everything. It was 141 people total. I appreciate you guys, man. You guys are awesome who showed up, man, on all the different stations we got going. Want to give my brothers a chance to shout their channels out. Before they do, I want to give a big shout out to Ty Hayes and Around the Table Sports, Jance 716, Coach Carl on the Block Sports, Piano Man, The Long Run, Our brother Kangaroo Black for showing up, man. Justin and them over there at Bama Standard who doing big things as always. Kyle still doing big things as always.
Yep.
Much love to all those Bama channels, man. I always watch Luke and Jimmy on Locked On Bama. I always watch them guys. Clint Lamb always doing big things, man. Shout out to Clint. Shout out to Bone and them always the vets in this thing, man.
And there's a crew of content creators coming out of Alabama, man. No doubt.
Yeah. Tap in with all these guys,
It's
man.
The brand.
Tap in with all of them, man. They positive channels, man. They love the university. They doing their content and they happy to show love to others, man, and much love to them, man. Make sure you listen to these guys' channels when they tell you their channels. And if you can, please tap in with these guys' content. They all do great work, all great perspectives. Hopefully next season we'll get here soon enough, because I need for my Steelers to put belt to ass and lashes to some asses on them damn Ravens, because Dwight,
man, we catching
my brother Jason, they really are horribly annoying to me, especially Ebony, wherever she is. Ebony's a Browns fan and she bullies me online, and I don't damn appreciate it at all. Right? Brinsky, they can't get on Brinsky because Washington did better than all.
We got our quarterback. It's over with.
Man. So hopefully we'll do the same. Look, and we can't say nothing, Coach Al. We took the L. Kimberly too. Kimberly be on us too, man. Kimberly just be doing me wrong. Though. She'll text me and cuss me out and call them my Steelers. She called my Steelers the Squillers. I didn't appreciate that.
Go down.
Me, Piano Man, Coach Al, that hurt my feelings. So maybe we'll be better next year. Brinsky, let everybody know where they can find you, brother.
Oh, of course, man. Y'all already know. I'm Brinsky Sharp of the Sharpshooters Podcast. Y'all can catch me on the Sharpshooters Podcast YouTube channel. It's right there in the comment section. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Also, you catch me on Twitter at @B_sharp. And y'all already know, as always, F those trees, F Auburn, F Toomer's Corner, F everything.
Shout out to Ted.
Shout out to Ted.
And F him too, because he's all fan.
Shout out to Tez.
Shout out to Ted, man.
Oh man.
But yeah, appreciate y'all as always. Appreciate you, my brother. Always showing love. Shout out to Ty. Shout out to Coach Carl, Coach Al, Jason. Well, we got both Jasons up here. Jay. And, definitely want to shout out Jay doing their thing on Oklahoma, Locked On Oklahoma, Nico, all of them, man. Appreciate y'all.
Coach I, shout out to Coach I too, man.
And I was just going to say, even though he's a Georgia Bulldog, shout out to Coach I.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Don't forget our boy Tez.
Yeah, code name Tez. Tap in with code name Tez.
Tez.
Go ahead, Jason.
When you see him, say F them trees.
Yeah, F them trees.
I knew I liked you, Nicole. I knew it. It was a connection.
Oh my God, it's enough of y'all. Okay. Jason
is not gonna like that, so we have to do that in secret.
We didn't have enough of y'all. Okay, all right. So yeah, you can find me at Crowd Noise Jaywalk on Twitter. My channel on YouTube is Crowd Noise Sports. I hop on every Tuesday with my cousin Brinsky, and I appreciate everybody kind of embracing me in this space. So I want to give all you guys a shout out. I want to give a shout out to my brother who texted me and said he was watching, him and Edwin James watching this episode right now. So shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you guys kind of letting me in this space and just being so welcoming, man. Y'all, I think everybody here is a great person, man. And I really appreciate y'all and respect y'all a lot.
Much love, brother. Shout out to Edwin James too, man. Shout out to EJ. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Florida's own, baby. And I like that car. I like that damn car. So, man.
Shout out to big cuz Frank Walker.
Shout out to Frank, man. Always, brother. Always. Go ahead, Jason. Hall of Fame.
What's the snow cone shit? You selling snow cones there, Jaywalk?
Nah, man. Nah.
What's going on?
He's throwing shots
about
at
me or you? They
throwing
talking
shots at him, man. Don't entertain his nonsense.
No, I was asking because Janet keeps bringing it up. Janet keeps bringing it up. I didn't know if it was me or him, so I was like, I don't tell him. I don't know what we're talking about.
It's a shout out to WNBA.
Yeah.
Don't entertain him.
All right, so hey, man, thanks a lot for having me in, guys. As always, I always love popping in with you guys and chopping it up a little bit and getting to talk ball with you guys. Got the only one we're missing, really. Where the hell's Ty? I saw him on here the other night, man. Come on,
working, man. He
Ty grinding.
Grinding.
Yeah,
right. I know he is, man, and I, much love to him and the rest of the crew. There's a bunch of them dudes, man, that I would have liked to have seen him here tonight. But man, thanks for having me as always, Coach Sean. I appreciate you a lot, man.
Always, Jason. You already know.
Find me at Hall of Fame College Football. It's just at HOF-CFB right here on YouTube, and then it's at JW_HOF on Twitter. So, find me there. And man, I'm going through a shadow ban for some reason, so it's been hard to do it. So make sure you guys just getting over there, checking it out, sharing the show and stuff. I don't know what happened. I'm not breaking rules.
What is a shadow ban? What is that?
So it's where they just basically they're just not platforming your stuff. So like guys that are actually subscribers or members or whatever, they're never seeing my stuff in their search page. It's been going on for a couple months now, and I mean I've lost a lot of views, and they're trying to say that they don't do it. They'll never admit to doing it at YouTube, but it happens. So whatever happened, I don't know, but I think it had to do with a certain group of Oklahoma fans, really, that there was a little dumb stuff between another channel, and it wasn't even nothing, but some people are just it's haters, man. Haters hate. Yeah. So it is what it is, and it shouldn't last forever. But make sure y'all get over there and check it out. Just check. We're on definitely every 3 Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we'll be on in the morning. It's at 10:15 Eastern, 9:15 there in Central Time. So yeah, man. Make sure you get over there and check us out, man. We appreciate it.
Facts, man. Facts. Yeah. Much love. Before Coach Al go, want to segue this to Coach Al. Much love to anybody watching, man, to all the HBCUs out there, man. Most of us went to HBCU. Coach Al, Jackson State, Brinsky, Jason, Tuskegee, myself, Alabama A&M University. Shout out to our new coach, Coach Sam Shade. Much love to you guys. Shout out to AC Carter, who's going to be on my beloved staff. Love that university. Graduated from there, man. Played my ball there. Go ahead. Bring
that up, man. I don't know if you guys know that I've been doing a Hall of Fame campaign the last few years for Otis Taylor, who played at Prairie View.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'd love to have you guys come on and be a part of that. And I want to do a show about it because they're still leaving a man out, and he's one of the GOATs, man, no doubt.
And let us know. Let us know, please.
Still out of the Hall of Fame, man. Otis Taylor was a if you haven't watched this dude, go to our other channel. It's called Way Past Due. Just at Way Past Due on YouTube. We don't have a ton of subscribers, but bro, it's disgusting that they continue to leave this man out. Disgusting.
It'd be a pleasure, man, to speak on anything like that.
Yeah, man. I'd love to have you guys on.
Speak on it, Coach Al. Speak on it.
I'm just dumbfounded, man, because 89 Otis Taylor, man, come on, with the white tape around the shoes, he was doing it back in the day. Okay,
it's the one-handers before it was a thing.
I mean, tall, lanky guy making catches from Lenny Dawson, man. I mean, I can't believe that he's not a Hall of Fame. I can't believe it.
Yeah, 44 years since he became eligible. He's still
smokes, man.
I mean, and the guys that. Man, you can get me started, but I'll tell you this, he's the reason that there's the no contact rule, because they were beating him up at the line you'll hear guys saying it. If they couldn't get his ass and hang on him all the way down the field, there's no telling what his numbers would have been like.
Exactly.
And they didn't throw the ball that much at Kansas City. They just did it.
Right.
In a league at a time that they didn't throw the ball that much anyway, they threw it less. So it was, it's messed up, but I love it. You guys go check that out. It's I've even come up with like a apples to apples stat is what I call it, to where you can kind of really, it's terrible that you would compare him to modern receivers or even receivers after him in the 70s, because they went to 16 games and they had the no contact rule then, and then, stuff like that. So it's one of those deals where he played 14 game seasons. He wasn't a dude going out of bounds. There's a lot of reasons why he should be in, but the main thing is the main thing. But I'd love for you guys brought up the HBCU stuff. I love that stuff too, man. Those guys, man, you look at the Hall of Fame, it is dotted with dudes from the HBCUs.
That's right.
So, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Go ahead, Coach Al.
Oh, yeah. I'm easy to find. I'm not a content creator. These guys are just so gracious enough to have me on, and let's talk football. Let's talk life. Let's talk NFZ. But I'm easy to find on Twitter, AlSan79. Catch me there. Hit me up. I'll hit you back for certain. And we can chop it up at any time you like. And Instagram, al.sanders.10. And Instagram, same deal. You hit me up, I'll hit you back. We'll talk life.
All facts, man. I want to say a big thank you to all my brothers, man, to Brinsky, to Jason, to J-Dub, to J-Dub. Well, they both J-Dub. I can't even call J-Dub. J-Walk and J-Watt. To J-Walk and J-Watt. To both my J's, man. Love them boys to death. To my OG, Coach Al Sanders. Love Coach Al, because he can talk offense with me. We got all these defensive dudes. I be around all the time, and it feels good to have, my brother in there that understand, he understands the terminologies and things of that nature. I appreciate all these guys, man. You guys are what make the channel fun, talking ball, having a good time with your brothers, and just chopping it up, man, with other fan bases. A lot of Texas and Oklahoma fans come, especially when Jason comes, a lot of Oklahoma fans and Texas fans, because they love pasteurizing, and I did say pasteurizing like cheese. They love pasteurizing Jason, right? So I enjoy that, man. I appreciate all of you guys. Much love to everybody watching. You can definitely find Coach Sean at JMHO. That stands for Just My Humble Opinion. JMHO Sports Talk on Twitter, and YouTube. You guys got anything else for the crowd before you go?
I just want to tell Janet, we don't have snow cones. I got promoted, and now we're selling big, Wendy's $4 biggie bags. You get 4 tickets for $4, and you get a pineapple SpongeBob frosty. I see you at the first Atlanta Dream game.
That's why I like when Jackson come, man. He be on it, man. He be on it, man. If y'all see Ebony, you tell her, go Steelers. Tell her I said it too. Make sure y'all tell Ebony. Shout out to Noah Carter too, the young baller himself.
Shout out to him.
He gonna be that man. Much love to everybody in the chat. Thank you for tapping in. We appreciate you. What's up, Latoya? I'm just seeing you. What's up, Latoya? How you doing? Good to see you. And Janet, let Janet be the last one. NFZ. That's my brother, Coach Al. Slogan.
That's right. There you go. Appreciate you.
Coin that for Coach Al. Tell him what it is, Coach Al.
It's the negative free zone. That's the 6-inch space between your ears. Keep it free.
Ooh.
Yeah, keep it free.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. It's a lifestyle concept. We can talk all day, Jason. Okay.
Much love. Love that, man. I love that. It's always good to have that in your life, man. Coach Sean's slogan is built to ass and lash it across their asses. Why do we not have t-shirts available on this?
That's what I said.
That's what we want to give. See, we don't like taking lashes. We took our ass cheeks was red last year. We don't like taking that. We like giving that, right? No diddy though. No diddy.
Oh, we can make it.
Saying? Much love to y'all, brothers. Roll Tide to you all. Go Sooners to the Sooners fans. And Brinsky, what about the trees?
F them trees.
That's a smart man,
horns
right
down,
there.
Baby. Horns down.
And horns down. You hear that? Roll Tide, horns down. That's what we doing today. Much love to you all. And tomorrow, good night.